Okay, so let's dive into something that I think a lot of us have experienced, and it can be really tough.
Yeah.
Seeing an ex move on like super quickly
Oh, yeah.
when you're not even close to over it.
For sure.
It's like salt in a wound, right?
Totally.
To help us make sense of this whole thing, we're going to check out this video
Okay.
from Dr. Micah Steinborn. She's a psychologist
Mm-hmm.
and specializes in self-leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And she really breaks down a lot of the myths around
Okay.
rebounds and what they actually mean.
Interesting.
So like that feeling of seeing your ex with someone new, and it's like a punch in the gut.
Yeah, you're dealing with the loss of the relationship,
Right.
and then on top of that, you see them with somebody new. So
Yeah.
it's like another layer
Yeah,
of hurt and complexity.
definitely. And you start thinking all these crazy thoughts like,
Totally.
what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Do they even love me?
Mm-hmm.
I should be over this by now.
It's so easy to get stuck in that spiral.
Yeah.
Those thoughts that you just mentioned are so normal
Yes.
and understandable, but Dr. Steinborn really emphasizes
Okay.
that your ex's rebound is probably
Right.
more about them than you.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's not about me.
It's really tempting to personalize it, right?
Well,
to
yeah.
blame ourselves.
Yes.
And think we're not good enough or whatever.
Mhm.
But it's probably not the case.
Yeah, so then why are they doing this?
Well, she talks about attachment styles.
Okay.
So basically, their behavior could be
Yeah.
because of their own insecurities and coping mechanisms,
Okay.
and not really a reflection of you or the relationship.
Okay.
Like they might be avoiding their pain,
Okay.
they might be trying to get validation,
Okay.
or even playing like a relationship game.
Relationship games?
Yeah, like think of it as a power move
Okay.
to show everybody they're fine or to try and make you jealous.
Right.
She says those games usually come from insecurity, and it's not really about a real connection.
That's a good point. It's not about me being replaced or
Right.
something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what's really interesting is that Dr. Steinborn sees not jumping into a rebound
Okay.
as a good thing.
Really?
Yeah. It means you're taking the time
Okay.
to grieve and heal in a healthy way.
You know, I was kind of feeling bad.
Oh, yeah.
Like I should be dating by now.
Right.
Like I'm behind or something.
That's such a common message
Did he-
we get from society, right?
Yeah.
But taking time to heal is not weak.
Okay.
It's actually really strong. It shows self-awareness,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows you're committed to growing.
Yeah.
It's powerful to focus on yourself in this time.
So I shouldn't feel bad that I'm not
No,
jumping back into dating.
not at all.
It's actually good that I'm not.
It's a really good sign.
Okay, good.
It means you're healing.
Okay.
Yeah, she suggests using this time
Okay.
to get to know yourself better
Uh-huh.
and build up your self-worth.
So instead of focusing on finding someone else,
Right.
I should focus on myself. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Turn the focus inward
Yes.
instead of outward.
This is where it gets really good
Okay.
because she talks about developing a secure sense of self.
Secure sense of self.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
But what does that even mean?
Yeah. How do we actually do
How
that?
do we cultivate that?
Right. Well, this is where we start to look at some deeper stuff about ourselves.
Okay, this is getting good.
Yeah.
Let's unpack all this
Let's do it.
in the next part.
Okay. Okay, so this idea of a secure sense of self,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically feeling confident,
Okay.
worthy,
Okay.
and good enough in yourself, no
Well,
matter what.
Okay.
Especially like not needing someone else
Why?
to make you feel good.
Yeah, no codependency.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Independent.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
It is.
But it also sounds kind of like
Yeah.
abstract.
Yeah.
How do we actually get there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we cultivate this?
Yeah.
So it starts with self-awareness, like really taking a look at your patterns in relationships. Like, how do you behave?
Mhm.
What are your insecurities?
Okay.
What are your fears?
Like really getting to know myself.
Yes, exactly. It's
Right.
like holding a mirror up
Yeah.
to how you show up in
Yeah.
relationships.
It's scary.
It can be a little uncomfortable,
Yeah.
but that's where the growth happens.
I like that.
So once you understand those patterns,
Okay.
then you can start to
Okay.
change both.
Okay. So what are some signs
Okay.
that I don't have a secure attachment style?
Okay, so she mentions a few things.
Okay.
Like, for example, do you find yourself
Yeah.
depending too much on your partner
Oh, yeah.
for your happiness and your worth?
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
Like if the relationship is good, I'm good.
Right.
If it's not, I'm a mess.
Yeah, that's super common. And it's a sign of what she calls
Okay.
codependency.
Codependency.
Yeah, you rely so much
Okay.
on the other person for validation
Right.
that you kind of lose yourself and your own needs. So imagine it like instead of two whole people coming together, it's like two halves trying to make a whole.
Yeah.
And that can lead to a lot of problems.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Unhealthy dynamics.
Yeah.
Lack of boundaries, feeling suffocated.
Resentment.
Yeah, all of that.
Okay, so if we see ourselves in this, what can we do?
So she says we need to start building that strong sense of self that we were talking about.
Okay.
So learning to validate yourself.
Okay.
Setting good boundaries. Prioritizing your well-being.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you become like totally independent and closed off.
Okay.
It's about being whole in yourself.
Yeah.
So you can bring that wholeness to your relationships.
I like that.
Yeah. So it's like
Yeah.
strengthening the foundation of who you are.
Okay.
So you're not leaning on your partner to do it for you.
I get it.
Yeah. And it's about like rediscovering your passions.
Okay.
Reconnecting with what you value. Finding things that bring you joy.
Okay.
Outside of a relationship.
Okay.
When you build that confidence from within, it changes everything.
I love that.
Yeah. Instead of waiting for someone else to complete you, you find that within yourself.
That's so powerful.
It is a total shift in perspective.
It is.
And she also says that this secure attachment, it's not just for romantic relationships.
Right.
It helps in every area of your life.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, your friendships, family, work.
So it's like the key.
It's like the foundation of everything.
Feeling secure in yourself.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. And speaking of changing things, she also talks about this thing called...
What's that?
Relationship games.
Relationship games?
Yeah.
What are those?
These unhealthy patterns that we can fall into in relationships.
Yeah.
So think of things like playing hard to get, trying to make your ex jealous, always needing reassurance.
Oh, yeah.
These are like tactics that might seem good on the surface, but underneath, it's usually insecurity.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've definitely played some of those games.
Oh, yeah. We all have.
Yeah.
But if they're coming from insecurity, what can we do instead?
Right.
She says honesty and authenticity.
Okay.
So communicate your needs clearly.
Okay.
Set boundaries. Be vulnerable.
Oh, that's hard.
It can be scary.
Yeah.
But that's what creates a genuine connection.
So it sounds like we need to work on that.
Yeah.
Secure self-worth.
Exactly.
To stop playing those games.
Because when you're confident and secure, you don't need those tactics.
Okay.
And even better, you start to attract people who are also honest and vulnerable.
I like that. Raising my standards.
Exactly.
Not settling.
Yes, you choose partners.
Okay.
Who are capable of that. Real intimacy and connection.
Because I am too.
Exactly, because you're coming from that place of wholeness.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot.
We have.
Understanding why our ex moved on so fast. Attachment styles, codependency. All the relationship games.
Oh, yeah.
What's the key takeaway here?
So for people who are feeling that pain of their ex moving on, Dr. Steinborn has some advice.
Okay, good.
On how to actually cope.
Good, because that's what I need.
Yeah. So in the last part of her video, she talks about self-care.
Okay.
And gives some real strategies
to
handle those tough emotions.
I like it.
Yeah, it's all about being kind to yourself.
Okay, let's take a second.
Yeah.
And then we'll dive into that.
Okay.
In the last part.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're back.
Back at it.
Talking about how to deal with this whole ex moving on quickly thing.
Yeah. It's tough.
It's tough, and I know we've gone kind of deep.
Yeah, we've
with like the attachment styles and all that.
Right, all that deeper stuff.
But what about right now?
Okay.
Like I'm hurting.
Right.
I need some practical advice.
Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah, like in this moment.
Right now in this moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so she gets that.
Okay.
She's not like, oh, just get over it.
Right.
She says it's painful.
Okay, good.
But you can get through this with self-compassion and care.
Self-compassion.
Yeah, being kind to yourself.
I like that a lot of the advice out there just feels like, get over it already.
Right, like just move on.
Yeah.
But she really acknowledges that it's hard.
Yeah.
And it hurts.
It does.
And that's okay.
So what does that look like?
So she says, focus on things that make you feel good.
Okay.
Things that nourish your mind and body and soul.
So like bubble baths and face masks.
Sure, those are good.
Okay.
But also like spending time in nature,
Yeah.
moving your body,
Okay.
connecting with people you love,
Yeah.
doing something creative.
So it's not just about distracting myself.
Right.
It's about taking care of myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if your friend was going through this,
Yeah.
what would you tell them?
be kind to yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
So do that for yourself.
It's true. We're so much harder on ourselves
Yeah, for sure.
than we would be on anyone else.
Way harder.
Yeah.
And she says something else that's kind of interesting.
What's that?
Let yourself feel your emotions.
Really?
Yeah. Don't try to push them down.
But that's what I want to do.
I know it's tempting to
Yeah.
just numb out or distract yourself,
Yeah.
but she says, actually lean into it.
Oh, that's scary.
I know it sounds counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but find a safe space
Okay.
and just be with your feelings.
Like,
So you could journal,
okay.
talk to a therapist,
Mhm.
or even just sit quietly
Okay.
and feel them.
So I'm not trying to make the feelings go away.
Right.
I'm just letting them be there.
Acknowledge them.
Yeah.
Honor them.
Yeah.
Let them move through you.
Okay.
It's like riding a wave.
Okay.
It's going to be intense,
Yeah.
but it'll pass.
Okay.
And you'll be stronger on the other side.
I like that analogy.
Yeah, instead of trying to outrun the wave,
Yeah.
just ride it.
Yeah.
And remember, healing isn't linear.
Okay. What does that mean?
So you're going to have good days and bad days.
Okay.
Moments of strength and moments of weakness.
So I shouldn't expect to
Right.
wake up one day
Yeah.
and be totally fine.
No, it takes time.
Okay.
Be patient with yourself.
Oh, it's a journey.
It is.
Okay.
And if you're struggling,
Yeah.
ask for help.
Okay.
Talk to a friend,
Yeah.
family member,
Okay.
therapist. It's okay to not be okay.
Exactly. You don't have to go through this alone.
Yeah, sometimes I think we try to pretend we're stronger than we are.
We put on that brave face,
Yeah.
but it's okay to reach out.
Yeah, it's good to reach out. And sometimes just having someone listen
Yeah.
can make a huge difference.
Wow. Dr. Steinborn has given us a lot to think about.
She has.
It's not just about the ex.
Right.
It's about me.
It's about you.
Yeah. And how I heal.
And I think her final message is a good one.
What's that?
What if this experience, even though it hurts,
Yeah.
is actually leading you
Yeah.
to stronger relationships in the future?
I like that.
Yeah, with yourself
Mm-hmm.
and with others.
So it's not the end.
It's not the end.
It's just a chapter
Yeah, a chapter that can teach you so much
about myself.
about yourself,
Yeah.
what you want, what you deserve.
Yeah. And how strong I am.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
That-
But thank you for joining us on this deep dive
Yeah, thanks for listening.
into relationships and breakups and all that fun stuff,
The messy stuff
the messy stuff.
of life.
Until next time.
See ya.